Welcome back to week 10 of the Cozy Ugly collection. Today we're adding a tiny cozy book called the Napkin Manifesto. And if you've been following along, you know exactly what the napkins meant from last week. So today we're continuing that theme. As always, I'll be drawing this using my non-dominant hand. I'm using a light brown water-soluble crayon to sketch the outline. Nothing precise, just a simple little rectangle. And oops, I accidentally drew an extra line. But that's okay. Instead of erasing it, it's going to become a bookmark sticking out from the pages, as you'll see later in the video. Around here, mistakes don't have to disappear. Sometimes they just become part of the story. When I started this little project, this table was completely empty. Just a blank space and an idea that maybe making something small every week could be enough. And now it's almost full. There's something really satisfying about seeing all these tiny ordinary objects gathered together. One by one, they transformed an empty table into something that feels lived in. So next, I'm filling in the cover with light brown and purple next, leaving a blank section in the middle for the title. And of course, you can choose any colors you'd like. There are no rules here. I'm just scribbling loosely with no pressure because I'll be blending everything with water in a moment. And if you've been making these little projects alongside me, whether you've done 1 week or all 10, I'd genuinely love to see them. If you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, feel free to share your art in your stories and tag me or send me a DM. It always makes my day to see your cozy ugly creations and the little tables you're building in your own corner of the world. Now I'm grabbing a small paintbrush and a little bit of water. I've mentioned this before, but I absolutely love water-soluble crayons and watercolor pencils. There's something so calming about scribbling without much thought and then watching the colors melt together with water. It feels like tiny chaos becoming softness, like everything settles down. Maybe that's why I keep coming back to these materials. They remind me that not everything has to be controlled to become beautiful. So if you've also decided to use watercolor pencils or water-soluble crayons for this practice, I hope you'll take your time and simply enjoy the sensory experience of the process. Watching the scribbles soften and blend with just a little water can be incredibly calming. Sometimes it's nice to let the water do the work and simply watch the colors come together. And once the paint dries a bit, it's time to write the title. The Napkin Manifesto, because every cozy ugly table deserves a tiny mysterious book. I'm writing with my non-dominant hand, so every letter feels awkward and wobbly. I have to slow down. I can't rush it. And somewhere along the way, slowing down becomes the point instead of the inconvenience. The title itself makes me laugh. The Napkin Manifesto. What would even be inside? Maybe chapter 1 is called Leave the Crumbs. Maybe chapter 2 is Folded Wrong. Maybe chapter 3 reminds us to sit a little longer. Then there's Good Enough is Warm. And finally, the table remembers. I don't think it's really a book about napkins. I think it's a book about ordinary life, about letting the little things count, about finding comfort in the everyday, about believing that tiny acts repeated over time become something meaningful. Now, after cutting the book out and placing it on the table, I have to admit, it's really satisfying seeing this little space fill up. We're almost at the end now, just 2 more weeks. And then maybe we'll sit together at this cozy ugly table for a little while longer. Until then, keep it cozy, keep it ugly. See you next week.